All right, this has come back to me. I don't know if it's really a motion, but I don't know who would like to start, but I certainly have some questions.
Have a few things to put on the record, but I'll defer to Mr. Dowse if he wants to go first. I have no problem with that.
I do not need to go first. So,
Well, you might need to. I'm going to let you put on what you need to put on the record because I think the last communication I saw, Mr. Dowse had filed something and you had requested whether or not we needed a written response or whether or not you could give an oral response. I think my staff had indicated what my answer was and that you could give an oral response on the.
The classic courtroom standoff. Nobody wants to go first. The judge is like, all right, someone please start talking before I fall asleep, and both lawyers are suddenly shy. Mr. D says, not me. And the judge basically says, too bad, you might have to. You can almost feel the polite tension, like two people arguing over who should open the door first.
Record. So if that's where you'd like to start, go ahead, Mr.
That's correct, Your Honor, and thank you for the opportunity to do so. I actually don't know where to start. This is a unique situation. I've never been accused in a public filing of lying. I've never been told that my narrative is sanctionable. So I'm not sure exactly where to start. I will start.
Well, I've got some things to say about that, but go ahead. Because and Mr. Doss, I'm just going to tell you, I don't expect attorneys to necessarily like each other. I don't even care whether they like each other. Whether they talk to each other is irrelevant to me unless they cannot communicate in some professional way. But as I've told other attorneys, and particularly, and I'll name him Mr. Bennett, when he came and he accused somebody of some type of misconduct, that when that statement is made, the court has to look at that. And so I made it.
Okay, things are heating up. The lawyer's basically saying, I can't believe I'm being called a liar in a public filing. You can tell he's offended. Then the judge jumps in with that classic teacher energy. Look, I don't care if you two don't like each other, just play nice in my courtroom. And apparently, this isn't the first drama. The judge even drops a name, Mr. Bennett, like it's a sequel to an earlier courtroom episode.
Very clear to him, and I'll make it clear to you. If those are the kinds of things that are going to happen, you better be ready to roll with it, and you better have it. Because if you don't, that's sanction. Ms. Tanner, you may proceed.
Your Honor, as counsel knows, and I think everyone in this room is aware, within this profession, our reputation and our integrity is everything. Throughout my career, I've routinely made decisions that were difficult decisions to make in a lot of aspects. I've been able to make those decisions because my reputation and my integrity are that important to me. Quite frankly, no case is worth me losing.
Oh, here it comes, the my integrity is everything speech. The lawyer's channeling pure courtroom drama energy here. He's like, no case is worth my reputation. You can practically hear the inspirational background music swelling. The judge, meanwhile, is watching like, okay, but are we gonna get to the point anytime soon?
Everything I've worked so hard for. What I've also routinely done in front of Your Honor, as well as other judges, is stand up here and make a point of defending opposing counsels when other people have accused them of anything from lying to misconduct and so on. The reason I make a point of doing that, even though in many situations that has truly not been necessary, is because I want to be very clear how important it is that we don't throw out baseless accusations at people. It's not a new situation to me necessarily to encounter a situation with opposing counsel where we disagree, where we misunderstand each other. I don't take offense. I've gone head to head with some of the best attorneys in this county as well as other counties. And not once have I been accused of what defense counsel is accusing me of. And what bothers me more is actually...
Okay, this guy's on a roll. He's basically saying, I'm the good guy here. I even defend other lawyers when they're called liars. He's painting himself like the courtroom superhero who fights false accusations. The audience, and probably the judge, is sitting there thinking, all right, hero, we get it, you have integrity. But who's actually lying?
Started out respecting defense counsel a great deal. As far as I knew, we had a fine working relationship, and I had no reason to believe that anything changed. I think I, in this situation, have been more patient, respectful, and understanding of this defense counsel than I would have been with a lot of other counsel for that reason, because we started out respecting each other. Obviously, we've hit a point where that's changed. I'm not sure exactly why.
Oh no, it's the courtroom breakup moment. He's like, we used to respect each other, now I don't even know who you are anymore. You can almost cue the sad violin music. The lawyer sounds genuinely hurt, like this is more personal than professional. The judge is probably thinking, this isn't therapy, folks, it's court. But hey, we love the drama.
Maybe counsel will enlighten us today, but he seems to have a personal problem. I am perfectly fine arguing law. I'm perfectly fine arguing procedure. I am not fine with personal attacks. Those personal attacks are not just in the written form in these public filings where I'm being accused of all kinds of things. They've also been verbal. They've also been contained in an email communication. I have an email, and quite frankly, Your Honor, I wasn't going to bring this up because I don't take personal offense. This field makes us develop very thick skin, and I don't anticipate in dealing with other people within this field for them to have thinner skin than I do. And perhaps that is my mistake, and I need to be more cautious and aware of people's hurt feelings and how it affects how they conduct themselves. I do want.
Oh, okay, now we're getting spicy. The lawyer's not just upset, she's personally offended. Apparently, things went from courtroom drama to email drama. She's like, I can argue law all day, but don't come for me personally. This is the part where the audience leans in like it's getting good. You just know she's about to read that email out loud.
To put this on the record, because I think it speaks to why we saw the reply that we saw. This is an email from September 25th of this year from Mr. Douse to myself. It's in response to a request he made, a reply I sent him, which again, we can certainly look at that, but this is the part I'm not concerned about. Curious, you can articulate and posture all you want, Marie. Just don't think for a second that I'm not seeing right through you. I don't know what the intent of that email was. What I do know, it's not necessary for what was being discussed. What I know is that it's a.
Yep, she went there, she's reading the email. And wow, I see right through you. That's not a legal argument, that's a breakup text. She's basically saying, Your Honor, please witness this pettiness in writing. The courtroom probably went dead silent. You can feel everyone thinking, oh, he did not just send that.
Personal attack. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. It's not lost on me that unfortunately we live in a society where people who are privileged in certain ways, and specifically being male, think that they can address female attorneys a certain way that differs from how they would address male attorneys. I do this job not expecting to be treated any differently than my male colleagues. I advocate just as strongly as my male colleagues do. Anything less than that would be ineffective.
Okay, this just took a turn. Now it's not just an argument, it's a gender issue. She's calling out how male lawyers sometimes talk down to women in the profession. The courtroom suddenly feels a lot heavier. The judge is probably sitting there like, all right, everyone, stay professional, while the defense lawyer is definitely shrinking in his chair.
What I don't expect is to get the treatment I'm getting right now from defense counsel based on being female. And that's exactly, I'm just going to call it out, that's exactly what it is. I highly doubt that any of my male colleagues from our office would have been treated the way I've been treated by defense counsel. And even though I probably shouldn't be shocked at this point, having done this job as long as I have, I truly am. Because in working with many different male, female counsels of all backgrounds, this is the first time it's risen to this level. And that's saying something.